I'm going to make a couple spacers for on that sorghum press. The original one is about 550 wide, or thick I should say, and pretty close to 3-inch diameter. This is a piece of 3-inch stock. The end from the factory is pretty rough, but it is going to be big enough. It's tapered down probably 1.5 inches back on here. So I'm going to face her off. It'll take a little bit to get her trued up. Then I'll make 2 of the rings because the shaft size is smaller. This one was actually sloppy on there in the first place. The center hole is too big. So I'm going to make 2 of them as long as I'm making them. Probably almost 300 thousandths difference on the face there. See the chips are coming off, normal light color, and they're changing. Well, they're probably ½ inch long before they actually change. See with all the smoke. roughed it at first too. So I touched off back farther. I'll be taking about a 30 thousandths cut back there, so I'm just barely touching out here. I've only got to take probably 70 to 80 thousandths off the OD in the first place. About another 25. I might not clean up the one spot there, but for what they're for, it'll be good. A little worse than I thought it was. Could take a little more. About another 10,000 for the one. The one is at one, well, snug would be 1.456 and the other one's at 486. So it'll probably go about 3 thousandths play is all. Gives me 61, which will give me about 5 thousandths play. Let her cool down and see what we get then. Okay, it cooled down and this is right where I want it yet. I'm going to cut it off a little longer than I want so I can face the other side if I need to. Fire this one another 30 thousandths. Good to go. You can see where I stopped before because I had to bore it out anyway. I don't think you can see that in the camera anyway. Right where I want her. It's 1,490 and 486 is what the shaft is. So that gives me your 4 thousandths that I had in the other one. Like that. Boring, I didn't go quite deep enough. Actually, when I face it off, I checked it the one time there, and I think it is as deep as I wanted it. So probably when I face off the other side here, it'll probably take care of that. I actually didn't bore it quite deep enough. When I measured it, I thought they were only 6 something. They're actually almost 750. Need another 20 thousandths off of this one yet. 680. I went to about 700 for depth. So I've got now probably only 40 thousandths instead of 50. Go into the center there, and it shows up. Now from that angle you can't really see it. What I've got is a little lip on the inside here. It's not very thick. If these are running at a higher speed, I would probably drill and tap a hole for a set screw in there just to keep them in place, but there is no side load on it or anything that way, and originally they didn't have anything in there. So figure what I'll do is just put them on like they were. They're just a little closer in tolerance wise, so it's not sloppy. But as I mentioned in the other video, I think this thing, we'll find out in another week or week and a half here, but it only runs at probably around 50 RPM. I might be surprised. It may go faster than that, or it might even be slower. So time will tell. These are where the spacers go on here. The bearings, the ones I rebabbited, are up against the drum. And then, well, apparently I did, when I lost in editing, as I commented in the video, where I bored these out and made the sleeves for them. You can see part of the boring there, and made these sleeves to go inside these. I did entirely delete it apparently. It still gives it about, you can see a little lip there. It's about 20 thousandths end play in there yet, which is less than it had originally. This one's a little dark down in there. What I was going to show on the spacers I made, the reason they're that big a diameter is so they stay down close to the bearing block. They do stick up above it quite a ways. But that way it's, the ones I had in there before, that small 3/8 rod was actually almost cutting into the babbitt. And it would have lasted for a lot of years. It probably was that way ever since we had it for the probably 35 years. And so it would have been alright, but I like this idea better. It's closer to what they might have originally had. Most of the parts all blasted and primed. I'm actually still not sure exactly what color I'm going to paint it. Here part of them are inside. These are 2 gears for the drums and front panel. Sitting on the blocks there, the new spacers I made. These are actually the 2 rods is all that holds the whole thing together basically. These side panels set in, well, I'll show when it goes together. These are the side, each side. They set in the grooves here, and then there's grooves in the lid that match, and then the rods go over the top to hold everything together, and that front piece just kind of sets in there behind the 2 rods. So I am, even though these are eating up quite a bit from the rust and everything, and putting the original ones back on for now. And I figure at some point I'm probably going to make new rods for it. And it's a case, didn't get it down here soon enough this year, didn't start working on it. And so I'm actually only about a week and a half away from being where we're going to use it to squeeze the sorghum. So we got to get her done close enough to put her back together for now. And I think I am going to redo the babbitt that's in the, for the main bearings. I'll probably take it off this year and And bring it back to the Lodi. We actually squeeze the syrup in Richland Center and